Hello, I'm coming to you live today because I want to talk about surviving layoff season. And in today's session, I want to talk about 5 essential tips for job security. So if you are tuning in live right now, say hi in the chat. If you're catching me on replay, go ahead and put team replay. If you're joining me live, let me know where you're joining me from. So recently I came across a client of mine and she talked about one of her colleagues being laid off, and she had received the farewell email and she couldn't believe it because this colleague had both been fast tracked for promotion and had a stronger track record, but they were at the same level at this time and got his, moving on to new adventures, aka being laid off in this case, and talked about the difference of what her success had looked like, where she's still employed, but not as highly technical, and what went wrong and what went right. And so in particular, some of the things that she said was that he didn't get along well with his team. He demanded that the company do this and that for him, and that he turned down multiple projects. And no matter what, she said, your character stands out. So I absolutely believe this is true. And I really want you to lean into the idea that top talent behaves in a certain way. Now, there is an aspect of this where you really want to set healthy boundaries, not overperforming, but you need to be a game changer. And so when I say that, I'm going to talk to you about how do you actually create job stability in a really uncertain market. So I'm going to give you 5 tips right now so that you can be prepared to make sure that you weather any storm that's happening in your career. So the first thing is you need to stay relevant. Okay. One of the things that I see a lot of people come to me with is ageism. Have you seen ageism at work for you or others? Let me know in the chat. And really that comes down to one question, and I'm going to ask for your forgiveness in advance, but the phrase that I usually see, what the belief behind that is, can an old dog learn new tricks? Okay, and what that means is that usually there's been some correlation between the higher the age that we go in one of 2 ways. People will become, this generation or my generation's best and back in my day, and that's a fixed mindset. And a growth mindset, usually before a certain age, we're more lenient towards learning new technology, new skill sets, and we have a more growth-minded skills or mindset. And building your skill set and staying relevant and up to date is one way where you can say that. So it doesn't matter your age. So let's talk about Elon Musk. I believe he's in his 50s and yet he's on the forefront of technology. So it doesn't matter your age, it matters your mindset. So you need to think about, how can I stay relevant? That means being in the know about what's happening in your industry. That could be professional associations, going to conferences, maybe taking up some educational classes or certifications that make sense, that make you top talent. So that's tip number 1. The second is, and I cannot state this enough, fostering good relationships with your colleagues, with your bosses, with your clients. Okay. There was a time when I was going through a potential reorganization, and I was really nervous because the person who I was up against had more qualifications than me. But what she didn't have was a really good brand for getting along with people. And that it baffled people, actually, that I was concerned against that, because I had this belief, because she had more qualifications and even more education, that they would choose her. And that wasn't the case. I actually got a promotion during this layoff, and I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. So I want you to make sure that you build these relationships. And this is the key to getting ahead at any point in your life. You never do this on your own. The people around you are going to open doors for you. So you really want to make sure that you do the work to build rapport and build a reputation. And this goes all into building your personal brand. And your personal brand first begins with the people you know, the people you work with. And then I encourage you to take it out onto a platform such as LinkedIn, specifically for building your professional personal brand. Okay, next, tip number 3, you need to be continuously demonstrating your value. Now, a lot of people here love to say, when I'm job searching, I'm do such a good job at work. And then I go, okay, tell me how you made or saved that company money. And they're like, I don't know. So it doesn't matter how good at your job are. If you don't know that you make or save money, the company, we consider you a tactical player. What's a tactical player? It means you do a task and that's it. And tactical players are going to be outsourced, replaced. They're going to be automated. AI will take over, or offshored. You can't be a tactical player and command a six-figure salary or be perceived as top talent. So you want to make sure that you were continually talking about the value that you bring to your company. And that's showcasing accomplishments, achievements, successes, measuring your performance. Even if the company doesn't measure your performance, you should be measuring your own. And how you make or save money or process improvement is another way where you're probably doing both of those. Okay, so that's tip number 3. And then tip number 4 is going to be taking on important projects, leading initiatives, and continuing to demonstrate your value and expertise to the company. Okay, so if you are one of those people who noticed that story, he didn't want to take on projects. If you're not able to provide what the company needs, then that's a problem, because we see, oh, this person, we'll hear this a lot, not a team player. And if you're tuning in live for me, let me know, say hi in the chat. Not a team player, right? And so when I say that I'm not a team player, you are on the short list of people who will probably be removed from the organization next time there's a reorganization or a layoff, okay? And then the next thing is be proactive in soliciting feedback. So this is not a one-time a year thing where you have your 360-degree view, a review from people around you. I want you to be asking with the people who are the movers and shakers. And we look at 2 things in our company: who has authority and who has influence, for feedback. And so what I'm asking for that is, how can I help you accomplish your goals? When you have internal customers or external customers, they are working with you because you help them achieve a goal. So having adversarial relationships is not okay. You need to figure out a way to find win-win solutions, as Stephen Covey would talk about. And that's from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And so when we talk about that, that means that you need to be soliciting feedback. So how can I help you do your job better? How could I help you do more? And so sometimes people take it really personally. They don't want to get feedback because criticism is hard. But if you come with the mind and say, I want to help you do your job even better, and I really appreciate relationship, so I'd love to know, how can I help you be even more successful at your job? And really, if you do this from the very beginning in any new company, it changes the game, but it's a good way to go back and build rapport so they know you are different from the masses. Now, the last tip I'm going to give you, and this is a bonus tip, tip number 6, is if you want to be seen as a strategic hire, as a strategic investment in a company, and really recession-proof yourself, you need to look like top talent. And the best way to do that, because one of the things we do inside of HR is we go and compare resumes when we're deciding who we're going to eliminate. We look at performance rankings and we're looking at your resume. You want to make sure you're showing up as top talent. So if you want to see if you are showing up as the top 1% of talent and becoming a strategic player or acting as a senior professional in corporate America, I recommend you go check out my 5-minute 6-figure resume checklist. This tool is totally free, and I built it for this time after Business Insider asked me, how do you survive a recession? How do you survive a recession in your career? I built this so you can see, are you doing the things that are necessary to make sure you show up as top talent? It's right here in the description. Go, don't delay, go grab it now before I take it down. And I can't wait to hear about your results. Thanks so much.